Carina, why don't you go ahead and start telling people what you do?
Yeah, so I'm a designer for the Silhouette store. Love it. Have been for, oh my gosh, I have no idea how many years. A decade, maybe?
Wow.
It's been a while, 7 or 8 years minimum.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It's so true. So I actually gathered a few different projects I've done over the last couple of years, probably the last 3 or 4 years, because I have great stories to tell about having so many Silhouette projects that it covered like half of a warehouse. Like
wow.
Our team was like, oh my gosh, what do we do with all these Silhouette projects? So super fun. I love the Silhouette. I've been using one for longer than I designed for Silhouette because I just think it was really, really great. I got a portrait to begin with to get it going. Yeah.
Yeah, these are really cool. I haven't had a chance really to fully look over them. Jen, if you want, you can get a kind of close up of some of these. Like this is a fun little.
Yeah, so this one's in our mini Lou shop. So we've got 2 shops at the Silhouette store. This one is a quiet book series. So the Mini Lou brand is almost exclusively kid type projects. So this is one of our playbooks that we did. It's laminated, it's pretty easy to use. Everything else mostly that you're seeing here is from the Carina Gardner shop.
Nice. Yeah, my eyes probably were drawn to this first because I have little ones and I'm sure that my daughter would be obsessed with something like that.
Wait, how old are your kids?
Oh, that's a good question. My daughter just turned 5.
Okay.
And my son turns 2 on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, they're great ages for that.
They are little crazy minions, but my daughter joined one of the lives, so if people are tuning in from previous ones, you may have already seen my daughter. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Where's the audience tuning in from? Autumn, do you mind giving some call outs?
Yeah, we have quite a few people from Germany.
Germany, nice.
Canada.
Ukraine.
Arizona.
Nice.
We have a couple people saying they just watched Carina's design events.
Nice.
Oh yeah, this has been really fun because in my office, which is on the same floor, we've been running the craft and design event all day, and we've had amazing people who are also associated with Silhouette come and speak to everyone, and then we just hopped into the living room to do this. So this is really fun.
Busy day, huh?
It's a very busy day, but that's the way we like it.
And we came bearing gifts today for Carina. We brought her a Cameo 5 and also an ES mat. So she'll be able to have fun with those, especially with a lot of these projects. Seeing them, that's exactly what you'd want to use the ES mat for. So I'm excited for you to get to try that.
I am really excited about this ES mat because I just saw Terry do this amazing Gerber flower project with it in our craft and design event, and I was like, oh, I need one of those. It looks so amazing, and we just pulled one out, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I feel like I could talk endlessly about the ES mat. We've got a bunch of the new stuff that came out, but the ES mat I think has been the most exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that you get to try it. Also, if you guys have any questions or if you want to be asking Carina different questions about designs, make sure you're sending those in because we really love engaging with you guys. Jen?
Just a lot of comments, people coming from your design event, said it was amazing. Also, people commenting on the cards, loving all your cards.
It is very beautiful.
Awesome. I do like practical designs, and you guys will see this here, and we can talk about some of the things that we do, but you know, while I like frou-frou designs, most of the time I'm making for myself, and most people don't always just, like designers don't make for themselves. I do. So when I'm making cards, it's because I'm thinking about how are these cards going to be used at kids' birthday parties, at my husband's events, at whatever is going on, so that I can literally draw from my own pile of stuff, do a quick write-up, and send it off to wherever it needs to go. So I use a lot of this stuff. In fact, it's lucky I have as much stuff as I have because very often we use what I'm making.
That's very efficient. That's awesome. Do you want to show off some of them? I mean, as a man, my eyes are drawn to the steampunk vibe.
Yeah. Let's start with this. This is really, really fun. I'm just going to hold this up. So I have 2 of these. So some of you, if you follow my Carina Gardner paper crafts feed, about 2 years ago, my oldest daughter, who actually is also autistic, she's in college right now, but and she's living at home still, but she went through a steampunk era. And you know, one of the things I like about the Silhouette machine is that, you know, a lot of times people will buy a lot of furniture or a lot of stuff that maybe isn't going to last the length of time that, you know, you hope your kids are gonna go through. This era lasted 6 months, guys, 6 whole months. And so what I did was I found this amazing, like it was like wrapping paper or newsprint paper. And then I cut out all of this amazing vinyl. I think there are tons of videos of me just like, you know, weeding out all of these little pieces. But if you know anything about steampunk, so much of it is like the gears, and then there's like weird things like octopuses and hat. And one of the things I tell people is that you can find a style for yourself, but one of the coolest things as a designer, if you're producing lots of product, volume of product, you get to incorporate things that maybe you wouldn't necessarily use, but maybe your kids would use, right? No big deal. So I really had a good time with that. That's really different than this piece, right?
Yeah, I'll hold this up.
How about this piece?
Oh, that one's beautiful. My daughter would go crazy for that.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. This is a frame from, I don't even know where. I went through a stage where I was buying a lot of frames from thrift stores. And so I would buy a frame, and then this is just like matte core paper that you can find. So even if I don't have glass, it actually works better not to have glass. Just push it in and I will say this was cut on the Pro. So if you have the Silhouette Pro, you guys know I'm like a big fan of the Silhouette Pro. I'll cut some of my bigger things on the Silhouette Pro. So.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. That's a really good use too of it, is fitting a big wide canvas with that machine. But
yeah. Normally I would have to cut all of these like longer pieces out, right, individually. And I was just too lazy for that. I was like, I'm gonna run that through the machine. So
that's what we're all about, is speeding that stuff up. But do you have any questions, comments from people?
Comment that it looks like a very expensive art print.
It does. These look very professional. I mean, I know you are a professional at it, but I'm just saying, like, that's the thing I love about the crafting too, is how you can produce something that looks like you bought it for a lot of money with honestly just a little few, almost even sometimes scrap materials.
Yeah, it's so funny. I think the pink was scrap materials, and I think the larger pink stuff I did have to buy a roll for. But I like custom art. I think it's really nice to have, I mean, there's so many things in our lives right now that are simply not custom. My couches, everybody probably has this couch. Everybody probably has this chair. So I think the one place that you can do cool things is art.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, kind of fun. I will show you this.
Yes.
Now, this is not in the store yet, but this is my most practical piece of art. Quiet, please. Session in progress. So, my office is on the main floor, and those of you who were just at the Craft and Design event, I host that, so that means that it's rolling, it's audio and video all day long. I have a lot of speaking engagements, and so this little guy goes on my French doors towards the kitchen because I have kids who are in and out all the time. This design is not currently up in the design store, but it will be in the next little bit, so just keep your eyes out for that. But most used, and I think this piece is from Michael's. Like, it's just like a chalkboard piece.
Nice. You guys got a little teaser then, because you'll be able to get it probably faster than anybody else. That's pretty cool.
I'm saying it's not there. There's a good chance it's there, because like things get uploaded all the time that I'm sometimes not aware of, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I've seen that on our design store.
All right.
So I think it will be completely unique.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And practical, once again.
Very
super
practical.
Okay.
Even if you aren't doing videos, I feel like as a parent, that's practical.
Buy it, please.
Yes.
So good. Should we talk about these?
Yes, I want to talk about all of your projects.
Oh, I don't know. If we were to
I know
talk
we don't
about
have like
all
all
of
day,
these.
but it's just, these are really cool.
So there is, if you go into the store, probably one of the first like 2 pages of my designs from a gazillion years ago is a skeleton outfit, all like with black leggings that I did for my son Charlie. And he was a toddler back then. So there's like actually a picture of Charlie in the store, which is kind of funny. He's a redhead, and it's the full skeleton. So 2 Halloweens ago, this is my husband's, this is mine, and then Charlie has his. We did like a trio set of us with these. But we just added like the bow and the flowers, which are simple, and I think we just made them in the Silhouette software, to the actual bones. And seriously, so fun, super easy to create, and like a fun trio just for the heck of it. So I know it's not Halloween, but it's like, if you guys see a deal out there, and this is what happened, like we saw a deal on these like shirts, you know, sometimes we go in a craft store and you'll be like, oh, there's like a deal right now. Just like go buy them ahead of time and have it ready to go.
Yeah, thinking ahead for sure.
Yeah.
what do we spotlight next? I'm sorry, I just want to talk about more projects.
Okay,
honestly.
so what if we look at these? So
Yes.
let's talk about these for a second, because I think people get a little bit nervous to do projects where it's like you cut off the same thing and you do it over and over again, because here is the deal. These are actually my favorite types of projects. You can see we've got some balls here that are the similar kind of idea. So this is actually my sister-in-law. I threw her bridal shower, and this is how I came up with this. We did a succulent theme for the entire shower, and I have video on it and how I made all of these. I think I have YouTube video. If you guys want to go to YouTube, you can see like how I make everything. I try really hard to document it so it's easy for you guys in the design store to, when you buy something, that you can know how to put it together. Anyway, I did these like green, I don't know, they were balls, and they had like little planters. I did these. I had all of these like flowers on the table, like peonies and stuff, but then they all had like these paper succulents all around it. It was just a really fun way to incorporate it into a party.
Yeah, no, these are beautiful. And also, I mean, these instantly make me think of that ES mat too, because when I first started crafting, I tried paper crafts. I tried to do it, but since I was inexperienced, I was just butchering it. I did a terrible job. I was tearing it.
Were you using mostly vinyl? Is that why?
No, I started using glitter cardstock, which was a terrible idea.
That is a
because
terrible way to start.
I didn't know the tricks of where you're supposed to like flip it upside down, so you cut from behind. But I was trying to make very beautiful decorations for my daughter's second birthday at the time. And it took me a long time. And then I swore off paper crafts for a while, and I stuck to vinyl. And I've been a vinyl guy practically ever since. But the ES mat actually kind of reinvigorated that for me, because my big problem was like the tearing issues that I ran into with some paper, or curling. But with the ES mat, when I cut out, and you'll be able to see it too, you'll be able to experience it, is when you cut it out, there's no sticky tack. There's nothing like that. So when you're done cutting, it loses all that static charge, and then there's no tear, nothing, and the cleanup also. That was something I didn't realize until we were actually launching it, was that the most exciting part is the cleanup, because you have all these extra pieces, and you don't have to scrape them off a mat or anything like that. You can just dump them right into the trash or keep your scraps. It's
I'm
awesome.
very excited about that piece, because I do make a really big mess every time I'm doing one of these projects. Well, you can only imagine with a project like this, right? You
Yes.
take a big stack of paper and you're just like running it through your machine over and over again. So I think the EOS, like the mat, is going to be incredible for stuff like this. I had the opposite. I didn't get into vinyl until about like 2 or 3 years ago.
Really?
I was all paper, and part of it is because when I came to Silhouette, I was the creative director at Cartabella at Echo Park,
Okay.
and so I was all scrapbooking paper all the time. So that's why you see so many paper projects from me. That's why you see so many 3D projects from me.
Very nice. I feel like it might have been that I was just too rough with my crafting. I always went for what could get it done fast and quick, and I'd cut too deep and stuff. But yeah, I was drawn to vinyl more, so that's interesting. We're kind of
Opposite.
opposite, but that's awesome.
I love it. That's so good.
What do
Okay,
you guys
so
think? I mean, come on.
A
Yeah,
lot
like,
of lots of
comments.
comments. Someone
We've been
said
talking so much, huh?
yeah.
they're a vinyl person too, but they think the ES mat could bring them to paper, which is
Hey.
great.
Ooh, we like
Two
that.
different spirits right there. I can
People
relate to that.
are really loving the variety of designs and how much you can do with the machine. And like they said, with kids, it's great to be able to craft for each of their phases, which is awesome.
And speaking of designs, we've got some design IDs here. As far as which designs we're calling out, though, I want to make
Valentine's
sure
here.
we do the right one. Yeah,
Here.
so Valentine's.
Okay, so you guys know I like love banners. Sorry, this is
Ooh,
like
I can hold
awkward
the
as
banner
I
in
try
for
to, and we're mixed up here.
They're
You
always
guys, I have
facing the other
so many
direction.
banners, and I think we've done some of these on the YouTube channel at Silhouette as well. So if you're looking for these in particular, I love banners because it's clearly not Valentine's Day, but there are at least 3 summertime banners. Sarah would know better because Sarah came to my house. Sarah's here, who's our marketing director at Carina Gardner Inc. And when she was with Silhouette, we did these beautiful Italian soda things, and we had like 3 huge summer banners for it. Anyway. So I love banners, you guys. So do you want to give the ID for
so
this
the
one?
design ID for this one, and then I'm sure Autumn will link it here, is 343115, and that's the Valentine's
And I think if you put that in or go put in Carina Gardner banners, you guys will find a lot. I think there's a Halloween one, there's 3 summertime ones, there might be a Christmas one, I think there's an Easter one. And if you want to see how these are made, go to the Silhouette, I think, is it on the Silhouette YouTube channel? I'm not totally sure, but McKenna made it.
Yeah,
So,
it should be on our Silhouette YouTube channel. So Silhouette Inc. is where you should be able to find that.
so cool. Okay, what else?
Okay,
What else do you have
next
ideas for?
one, Paris card.
The Paris card. Oh, right here. So you guys know I have like a great love for shadow box cards. So there are a lot of shadow box cards here. I probably have, I don't know, 20 to 50 of these in on my store. I like these because I just think they're special and they're clearly handmade instead of like
Very unique.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
So, okay, what's the idea
Yes,
on this?
design ID for this one, Autumn, link it in the chat, is 320679.
I feel like we're giving out lottery numbers.
I know,
Like,
right?
and here we
The
go.
winner for tonight is, yeah, it does feel like that. It's exciting.
Super fun, especially those of you, anyone going to Europe. Is anyone going to Europe this summer? That's what I really want to know.
I want to be jealous of people here because
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere this summer. So
I'm going to Amsterdam in like 2 weeks, so I'm really excited about
That's
that. Okay, what else do we have?
okay, last one I've got on here is the mermaid card.
Oh, these are so fun, you guys. They're called layered cards, and I have only done a few of these. They're basically the opposite of the shadow box cards because we've layered them out the opposite way. I like these because we print the image here, or you can use vinyl for here, and then the rest of it is it's just easy to put together.
I'm going to be taking a note of this one because my daughter's currently obsessed with mermaids. And as you can tell, I'm always thinking of stuff that I could do for my daughter. So I'm going to keep track of this one, which...
That's a good dad.
Thank you. Which design ID is 287955.
Yeah, so this one's really fun. And you can see there's like a series, you guys, here. They're more little kid. You are so foxy.
That's cute.
And this was, my son went through a digger phase. So lots and lots of digger stuff here, which was pretty fun. There's a butterfly one here.
That's cute. That's
Okay.
that's a cute cheesy one. I like that.
I know.
I'm a cheesy guy.
Got it. You know what? I think that's the one place you can be cheesy is cards. Because
Yeah.
now I do think we should talk about this last set over here. These are
of course.
pop-up cards. So Mother's Day is coming up. And these pop-up cards are really, really cool. So I first started looking at pop-up cards that were being hand created. Like people were hand cutting them out and like putting them together. And I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, sounds like too much time.
That is not for me. And so I was like, there's gotta be a way for us to do this easily on the Silhouette machine. So you guys are gonna see a series of pop-up cards that went into the store probably last year or the year before from me. And they're pretty easy to make. I have YouTube channel videos on how to put these together. There's Mother's Day one. Do you wanna open up like maybe the rainbow one? So like if you want something simpler, if you're like kind of nervous about it. But yeah, they all pop up. They're really fun. And you can make them a little special. I think the cupcake one and the love you are both pop-up cards as well. So
let's
if you
do
guys
the
want to see.
cupcake next. This matches with our treats.
Oh yeah, it does. Oh, and it's little. I mean, so like depending on how big you want to make it, I made some of these a little bit smaller so you had more room to write a note in or add extra little things. Like you could cover this thing right with more cupcakes. So I always hope that when you take my stuff, you're not like just like this is the only way to do it.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I
creative with
want to
it,
do
yeah.
something different with it.
Love
There's the love you, little strawberries.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Keep saying that. I just keep saying it's cute over
It is.
and over.
It is pretty cute.
Yeah, it is. I
mean,
can't help
you're
myself.
not. You're not lying. You're not wrong.
I can't help it.
All right. And then some of you guys have seen these in the store. These are like our Chinese boxes. There are several of these. Some of them have different little designs on them. These are awesome for birthday parties, any kind of favor box gifting thing you want to do. And I actually have this one over here. We did these for Easter. This is actually in the Mini Lou shop. And we have a ton of little baskets that we did. They're really, really fun to make. Aren't those cute? So we put like little eggs in them. We'll put like candies in them for parties and treats. It's just fun. And I think there are several designs in there as well.
Yeah, that's very, I almost said cute, very clever. I'll say that.
Clever. Change up the adjectives.
Yep, I have to.
I don't think I think I've shown everything else except for our big Christmas house, which we featured when we did the Silhouette Pro a few years back. So
Yeah.
when we released it 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at Sarah for like, was it 3 years ago? And so I did this, and we actually gave away the file for free for a little while, which was really, really fun. There's also a Halloween house that's similar to this that you can purchase in the store, and this is also available in the Silhouette store as well. I like big projects. I think they're fun. I like tiny projects too. It's funny, if you go into my store, and I don't have any of these out, but I have these teeny tiny little villages, like an Easter village and a little Valentine's village and a Halloween village. And then I have these monster projects. And you guys, if you've been on my my Instagram feed, my most popular is this big Christmas gingerbread house I did on the Silhouette Pro. So
Nice.
yeah, pretty fun.
That's awesome. Well, any questions or comments, or are people
Yeah.
ready to hear the winners of the
We've had a
giveaways?
lot of comments. We had a couple people respond to your question if people are visiting Europe this summer. So we had someone who's going to Italy.
Wow.
Our Europe office actually commented saying they're visiting Amsterdam as well. So that's fun.
Are we gonna be there at the same time though?
A collab, you got it.
And people are loving the birthday cards. Someone said they love 3D crafting, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, to that person going to Italy, I envy you very much. My wife would be very jealous for sure. She's been wanting to go to Italy, so make sure that you post pictures or something.
No, but I am going to say this. We're running this live also from my Instagram feed. So those of you, I know it seems like I'm ignoring you guys, but I love you guys so much.
I'm sorry we stole her. We stole her for this one, okay? But thank you guys too for tuning in, and make sure to tune in next week. Thank you.